Hi everyone, it's Sunday the 5th of December and the weather's awful. It's constantly raining, not the sort of day you'd like to be out in, well I wouldn't anyway. So what I decided to do, while the wife's at work, I'll do a short video on a couple of things. Now, if you have any piece of kit, whether it's expensive or homemade, it's always better to have at least two uses or two ways of using it. So the first thing I want to show you is this cake stand here. I got it from a charity shop for 50p and thought it would make a good pot to stand and cook on. Now instead of digging a hole and having the flames coming up, I thought I want to modify it so I can use it in two different ways. What I actually didn't do is, before I actually went ahead with the mod, I never thought about filming it. So at the moment it's balancing there. What I've done, I've already done all the mods and I'm just going to quickly go through and show you how. So the legs are welded on when you get them. So what I've done with a bit of magic here, I've already cut them. I've cut them off, and then what I've done is I've left about 10mm there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I've used a 3mm thread and I've threaded them there. I've also done the same with the legs. Put a 3mm thread on the legs because I want to reuse the legs. I'm not going to waste them. Next thing I did, I made up some little brass pillows. I made 6 in total. 3 of them I drilled all the way through and tapped. The other 3 I only drilled halfway through. And I'll show you them, that will become apparent later. But first of all, with these drilled and tapped all the way through, it means I can now screw the legs back onto that halfway and screw it back on to there, like that. So now the legs, once I've put them all on, it will stand back up. So if you just hang on a second, I'll get that done and I'll show you then. Okay, so there you go. I've screwed them back on and I can actually put it down. It stands up now, so if I've got a small fire pit underneath, I can put my pots and pans on there and they'll cook lovely. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to change it. I didn't want to just have to dig a hole and put a fire in it. So, as I said, the other 3 I'd done, I drilled halfway through, and then through the side of it, I drilled a small hole and put these little key eyelets, whatever you want to call them, through. And from there then, I put chains on. 3 in total, 1 for each leg. I'll just put you on pause while I get that set up and then I'll show you that. Okay, I'm back now and there you go. I've screwed them on, so what it means now is I can actually hang that or suspend it above the fire. If I show you the top there, I've just got like it's another key ring, little type of carabiner type thing. But what it means, because I use another chain anyway, I can connect that to the chain and then I can raise and lower it from the fire as I need. What I have noticed by screwing these back on is the chain's going to twist. So what I've got to do is just in between the eye, bring it a bit closer, between the eye and the chain, I'm going to put a fishing swivel on there. So it doesn't matter which way I turn these, it will just spin and it just means the chain doesn't get tied up. And that's that really. Something quick and simple. But I think it'll be effective and I can't wait to actually get out and try it. Okay, so let's just put this away and then I'll come on to the next thing. Okay, well the next thing is something a friend made for me. He doesn't want to take any credit for the design and he's kind of reluctant to do a video on it. He's watched a few videos on YouTube about meths burners that are made from deodorant cans, and by changing a couple of the ideas from some of them, he's come up with this. Now the changes might not be apparent, and since I never made it, I can't really tell you what they are. I just wanted to share it with you. Now, it's made from a Right Guard can and a Lynx can and a few other bits and pieces. But as I say, because I never made it, I can't go into it too much, so I just want to show you in action. So let's get some meths in it and see how it goes. Right, now you actually fill it from this spout here. You also need to put some in the top to prime it. So if I pour some in there, and I'll put, well, I think I've put a generous bit in the top, to be honest. While I'm screwing this back on, you've got to make sure it goes right down and seals. But once it's primed, it will release a gas from the top. Let's quickly light it. Okay, while that's light now, all I've got to do is wait for that to heat up, and then it will prime. As I say, once it's primed, it releases a gas out the jets from the side that he's put in, and obviously they ignite. But enough about that. I just want to show you it in action. As I say, I never built it, but it's just a fantastic burner. I want to show you in action. So I'll be right back once it's finished priming. It does take a couple of minutes. Okay, that's just coming up to prime now. Quick little thing I wanted to show you, which you also brilliant idea from Gary, is sorry ladies dye bottle. Fantastic for keeping your meths in and ideal for filling up the spout. It's got a tiny little screw cap on the top, so you can use that, and of course the bigger one there for when you want to fill it. I just thought what a cracking little bottle, and of course because it has dye in, there's no leak. Now I'll put that back there out of the way, and that's just coming up now. Let's zoom you in a bit. There we go, so I know you're in shot. If I turn that round a bit, because you can see in through the hole there, you'll see the flame. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the light off just so you can see it as it primes up. There you go, you can just see it coming. It still hasn't reached full boil yet. Okay, I'll just bring it back a little bit. There we go. Let that get up to its temperature it needs. I don't know if you can hear it. But that is one fantastic jet. In fact, oops, I've just knocked the camera. In fact, that's so tall on that jet, I've brought it back a little bit more. There we go, just adjusting the camera for you. Now the meths I'm using, I have actually diluted it with water, about 10%, probably a little bit more. So you get a kind of a whiter flame with it. It's more intense if you don't water down the meths. But that's it really. A cracking little jet boiler. Recycled cans, as I say, Right Guard can, a Lynx can, and a few other bits and pieces, a bit of copper in there, and a valve from a car tyre. I'll turn the light back on. Okay, so let's move that out of the way. Well, that's it really, people. Camera done one. That's it really, people. As I say, I just wanted to share a few little ideas with you. And I'd like to say thank you to Gary from Guns Against Pest for making me this. Mate, you need to get out You need to get your ideas out on camera. You need to put them on YouTube because you build some fantastic stuff. You really do. Well, that's it from me. Remember, even when the weather's pants, you can always prep stuff inside. So before I go, Mountain Tom, sorry bud, I still needed a bit more help with the knots. As I say, that's it. That's it for me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.